Hey guys, welcome to the show. Lan and Aiden here, and we've got Joseph on the mic. On the tech boards.
Joe
as
on
well.
the mic.
Sorry, he's got a nice microphone now, so that's why we're talking about them. And so, if you haven't noticed, the newest thing here is that we've got new microphones. Yeah, we've got a whole fancy new setup going, guys, and we've actually delayed the stream for about 10 minutes, and it's all because of Viva the Dirt League. I swear, Rowan. Dude, this is the last time I do you a favor. No, I'm joking. It's because they actually are filming in the back there. So we are at the Playtech studio. They are using the location to film their series board. And because they were filming their series board, we gave them a little bit more time so we don't clash and they don't hear us and we don't hear them so much. So hopefully now that we have these new fancy microphones and we have an actual mixer on the back there, we're not gonna have too many or any sound issues.
Yeah, that should be it's the hope.
Absolutely. And so we're hoping that everything is A-okay from now on. Yep. But just to let you guys know that if you guys are watching this, you guys can win this MSI headset. Compliments of MSI.
You sound like someone who's like partly enthused, but then also like, I'm just doing this for the money. What was that for?
Okay, sorry.
If you didn't know, Ian's a shill.
Oh. Wow. I feel like I'm being attacked here.
You are. Step up your game.
Okay, sorry.
Start again.
And so if now you like the stream and also share it on your page, you could win an MSI headset for free. All you have to do is like the Shadownet page and share the stream on your Facebook profile, and we will send this to you ASAP.
You went completely the other way now, and that was just way too intense.
Oh.
Wow, that was very loud.
Yeah, you forgot these are new mics. They're quite sensitive.
Oh, well, you know what? Anyway, one more time.
So tell us about the headset, Ian.
Okay, so essentially it is a headset that has
It is a headset.
It is a headset.
Good job, buddy.
It's not earbud. These aren't earphones. Aiden, you're off screen.
Oh,
Come-
shit.
oh,
Apologies.
So this is a 53mm driver in this
Cool,
headset,
good,
which
comfort.
means yes, so it fits over your ears unless you are Dumbo the elephant himself. Special trimming acoustics. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. It's got
When
volume.
your acoustics are just too fluffy, you just got to trim.
It's that post-COVID trimming. Microphone switch and adapter and a little controller thing. So it also has a 3mm jacks, 3.5mm jacks. So which means you can use it for your phones, you can use it for your Xbox controller, PlayStation controllers,
all the things.
all the things. You can use it for all of that stuff. It's fantastic. It is a stereo headset. So I know players that people that use stereo headsets for gaming are the more competitive ones. They don't really use 7.1s. So if you're into competitive gaming, you don't really need fantastic sound. You just need accurate.
It'll be software anyway, right? That'll
Absolutely. I mean,
sound.
NVIDIA has fantastic software for microphones now, and it also has a bunch of other new stuff. So like and share the stream. We'll pick a winner at the end of it today.
Oh, okay.
We are going to be giving out a peripheral every single week until I run out of peripherals. Thank you to MSI. We're also giving out peripherals through our influencers as well. So Esther, DJ Zeros, and I am Absinthe. I'm not Absinthe. She's Absinthe because she's a very strong poison. But we will be giving out these headsets, and we will be giving out prizes, keyboards and mouses as well.
Cool.
And also maybe some mouse pads.
Are monitors a part of peripherals? I feel like they are. You should give some monitors away. It's always nice. No.
I would like a monitor from MSI. They have some of the best monitors in the industry. It is true. Actually, I'm gonna move this camera. It's really annoying. But continue, Aiden. So how has your week been?
Just been busy with work. Like barely had any time to do much else.
Yeah.
So just if not Destiny, then
Yeah.
nothing. Unfortunately.
True. I mean,
Like The Last of Us is out, and I haven't had a chance. Like
yeah, I mean, there are a whole bunch of new games coming out, and that's our main topic for today as well. So other than Viva la Dirt League delay, but we are kind, we are gracious, we are very forgiving.
Yes.
We are, we're, I suppose, just so busy these days, and I think that's a wider topic. Getting older, and this is something we did something like this. Like getting older and how much time do we invest into the games and into our responsibilities, and I mean there are still people our age and if not older that are investing just as much time or more.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose maybe it's just a matter of priorities.
Yeah,
Are we deciding to invest more in our projects like this? Which is, I suppose, for the three of us, just doing something fun together. Yeah, something a little bit different.
Yeah, like we're just saying before, we're cutting to Joe's board game time by doing this stream now.
Yeah, true. Shaking.
He's still got all the Power Rangers, the big thing. Joseph's sitting there staring at it.
Joseph actually. So if you guys don't know, Joseph actually has. How much did it cost, Joe?
It was a Kickstarter, so you got the whole package.
Don't talk about Joe about spending money on things. Why would
it
you
was
spend
a
on
lot.
Valorant?
It was
The
a
game
lot.
just came out. Come on, man.
$100, but
it was 150.
No.
It's going lower and lower. Next week it'll be $20. Like,
I haven't played Valorant since it came out as well. Like, because ever since you bought me fucking Destiny, I have literally been sucked in, and it's just been a daily grind. Like, oh man, I gotta do the seasonal pass. Oh, paid money already for it.
Yep. It's good though.
Yeah, it is good. It's a black hole. I knew I should never have gone back to
Welcome
Destiny.
to the Destiny 2 podcast once again this week.
Welcome to Fireteam Chat. You know, I feel like there is some kind of way we need to integrate the things we do play back onto the stream.
Like how? Like what do you mean?
I mean, you had that idea of us sharing the gameplay that we put out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just haven't recorded nonsense shit that we do yet.
You know, there was a really good moment.
Oh.
There was a really good moment when we were playing Destiny 2 and Joseph started role playing a little bit, and he got sucked in by that tractor beam from the pyramid.
Oh yes.
On Destiny 2.
Yes.
And Joseph was like, "Oh no, you're sucking me up." Like we could have played that out. I think we just need to record everything.
I think you're going to find, though, the problem is when we start getting into like Nightfalls or serious dungeon stuff, it's going to degrade into raging.
No, but I think that's where the value really is.
I don't know. My idea is just us sitting in the tower for 10 minutes waiting for somebody to hurry up.
Yeah, that's why. Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet?
No, but
I'm busy. Are you ready yet? What about now? Oh shit, Joe's not even in our fire team. Joe, what?
You know, I think I think all three of us actually need to record at the same time. We can like edit it together.
Okay.
Because if you guys don't know, we actually have a video editor, who's just been onboarded into our services, and so he's an independent. And for everyone that doesn't know, he was on The Bachelorette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's Mr. Jonathan Wedge himself, and he's editing our videos now on. So
Cool.
we have a celebrity in our midst. I
No,
suppose it's
so
just
hard.
elevating our status in society.
Are you going to be on the next Bachelorette? Sorry. Are you going to be? You gonna
I have a
apply?
girlfriend.
You're not married. No, I'm sorry.
Yo, if Raddy's watching
Yeah, I
this, she's gonna freaking flip. Like, Anna's a liar and a cook.
You can't trust those people.
You can't trust him anymore. I only trust JoJo. And you know what? It's a real shame. She had the little bows for us to wear.
Yes, what happened to the bows? Right?
Yes,
What
yeah,
happened
she's
to the
unfortunately
bows?
too
I wasn't
sick.
going to wear it, but what happened to the bows?
She was too sick and she essentially can't come. So it's real unfortunate. But yeah, so we are here, and it's been a really weird week.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna get too much of the details. I think we agreed on it, and
Yeah.
there are some things that I will mention regardless of, because it has happened, and it's just something we have to address as a community, I suppose, as a New Zealand community.
Right.
We need to address some just basic things without diving too deep into it. This is not what this show's for, but as part of the community and as part of as New Zealanders, I suppose it's only responsible for us to actually just address it, bring it to light, and start the discussion. You know, and obviously show that we stand with the people.
Right.
Having said that, let's move into our main topic for today. So, as everybody
get
knows,
started.
we actually start the show with a nonsense section.
That was
where we
pretty
just
nonsensy.
we just catch up. You know, we tell you about the stuff that you're gonna win today. Like and share, and we'll remind you, for everybody who's joining the stream later on, this is how you win the headset. Next week will be a mouse, and then after that a keyboard.
Cool.
And obviously check out our social media. So I'll check out our Twitter, check out our Facebook. Obviously you're on it right now, and also check out our Instagram.
You on TikTok yet? Shadownet TikTok?
We do have Shadownet TikTok.
Oh wow, I didn't know. I was just joking.
We have a Shadownet TikTok. Me and Jared Blakely were actually working on it for quite a bit. OP1 Keone. We were working on it, and you know, he might be still interested in doing it. Something obviously happened in the recent past, and but you know, we had a chat the other day, just going on about, you know, man, I miss you, man. I love you, bro. I was like, I love you too, man. Now we had a bit of a bro moment, but yeah, could be more TikToks in the future.
Yep.
But we definitely already saved the name Shadownet GG. Having said that, looking forward to ate it.
Yeah, I
Joseph really didn't like you
accident.
hitting
Sorry,
the
it was
microphone,
by accident.
shaking his head in disapproval. Anyway, before we start, there is one more thing I have to mention. Today and from now onwards, Hado New Zealand. What up? If you guys don't know, I do a lot of Hado stuff.
Yes.
Right? Shadownet has been involved in Hado for quite a while. We have a Hado
Studio? Would you say?
No. So this is the Playtech studio.
Yeah.
Downstairs at the bottom of the Playtech is the Playtech arena.
Right.
And that is where we're holding a Hado soft launch today. And so it's the first one. We don't expect too many people to turn up, but it's just sort of like open for people to come and check out and come play and experience Hado while it's available.
Yep. Cool.
And before we move into schools and we actually start executing our plans.
Yeah, no, it is fun. Like when we were doing it, that Big Boys Toys thing. That was... You joined in. Yeah, you were there with Dylan, and we kicked your ass.
Oh, Mister, I've been on it all day.
I didn't play it all day. That was actually the first slash
though.
second time I actually used
first
it.
slash second time. Is it? I already have
No, because the first time was
inside
just to know how it moves.
Yeah,
It was pretty fun though.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun. It's a augmented reality
no,
sport.
sorry. They were wearing flip flops for some reason.
Oh.
So that's why I did.
Because they thought it was
Stuff
casual.
by the Jandal. Yeah.
That's,
Islanders,
they're Big Boys Toys. What do you want?
Okay, fair.
I don't see Goku wear no jandals.
Actually, he does wear sandals.
Not when he's fighting the people.
True.
Boots. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
true. So we are having a Hado Arena
Yeah.
thing downstairs. And you can come and experience Hado for the first time. It's on for a couple of hours today.
Cool.
Won't last too much longer than that, but definitely come check it out. Experience it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Why not? I mean, it's going to be on for the next few weeks until further notice.
Cool.
So definitely come check it out. Check out Hado. And if anything, check out Hado New Zealand. Yeah. Also, if you hear screaming in the background, it's also Viva la Dirt League. So Rowan.
Someone's saying.
Anyway, so
cool.
What is our topic for today, Aiden?
Let's get into it. Yeah. So we'll check out our first game because, like I said before, E3 was meant to be about. Now I don't know why I'm doing this. And so the biggest one is Star Wars Squadron got announced.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there was nothing before that. We didn't know it was coming. And
Oh,
it
was a little bit of a leak accidentally. I think it was from Microsoft.
Oh yeah. So that was, and then directly the next day this trailer came out. I mean, this looks pretty good. What do you think about it?
So I like this trailer quite a bit, and the thing about this trailer was that some people really didn't like it.
Okay.
I don't know why some people didn't like
this
it.
specific trailer, because this
This
is all just
specific
CG.
trailer.
This is just like not
It's
even.
just CG. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but they thought it was
May as well
ass.
be a movie.
No, they thought it was ass. Like, oh man, that trailer was ass. They didn't do shit for me. I'm like, what do you mean? It's just highlighting, like,
It looks like an EA trailer to me.
yeah, it's a Star Wars trailer if anything.
Yep.
Super high polished.
Yeah.
very polished, and like it's just showing that there are going to be squadrons, obviously, and they're going to be rebels and they're going to be Sith. And
As there always is.
Yeah, and they're just going to fight off each other in ships. And some people really like that shit. I mean,
You just explained the entirety of Star Wars and fandom by saying some people just really like that shit. There could be some rebels, there could be some empire, they're going to fight in ships.
some of them have swords in space.
Something called the Force. Don't worry about
Some of them have
that.
magic power.
That doesn't matter.
You know that part.
They barely use it. Like, come on.
I'm just mansplaining Star Wars to my girlfriend at this point. Like, so they're space knights.
Space Samurai, please.
Space samurai. There are
Space cops.
Space cops. There are space bad guys, and the bad guys are winning. And yeah, and they're ships, and they shoot laser beams. Pew 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 pew. But it's overall a great trailer. I think.
I like
this scene here looks like the sort of HUD that you're gonna have.
Yeah. I think it is. Is it? Yeah, you
and
play the whole thing in VR.
You can. Yeah, and the thing is, I think Joe and me used to play another game back in the day when we were kids. It was a Korean game, Spaceships. Remember that, Joe? Space Cowboy?
Space Cowboy.
Did that have anything to do with dogfighting though?
Yeah. You literally flew around in ships and you...
First person.
Yeah. Oh, no, third person.
Yeah,
the
it's
ships were
a bit different.
third person. No, but it was still spaceships. No, it was still spaceships shooting each other.
Okay.
It was just different perspective.
Yeah.
But we used to play that game, and it was a very short time. It didn't really work out. I think our internet just wasn't good enough.
Right.
We lagged the heck out of it. But
So have you played flight sim games of any kind? Like this? Like what you would imagine?
no, but I know Joe has.
Yeah.
Joe is he is.
I just remember from all our other gaming experiences, good driver.
I know good flyer either. I'm
what
a
I'm
really
getting
bad flyer. I'm not a good driver.
You can't even fly your
Me no
warlock
good
in
driver.
Destiny
Me no
over
good
a
driver.
jump.
Me
Can't
no
even
good
drive. What is it? Fly the helicopter in Call of Duty. Immediately crashes the damn thing.
Oh shit!
The amount of times I've crashed a helicopter in Call of Duty in like the first 10 seconds of getting in it, it's like Warzone. Okay, get in the helicopter. Joseph's like, wait, let me fly. No, I'm already here. just bop it in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
So this should be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good entry point as well. It's like $40 they say.
I ain't
US.
playing it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
They
all?
say it's only $40 US. As far as we know, that's
So
what they're saying.
I mean,
there
that's
might be additions.
It's
and
probably
stuff.
just a straight up multiplayer game.
No,
no.
there's
There's a
a
campaign.
player.
They're
like
checking
2 hours or
yeah,
something.
yeah. They're checking the small campaign.
Well,
in
it's
there.
probably just a tutorial campaign. It's probably just a big ass tutorial.
Well, we don't know, but it does look pretty good. So it's set after episode 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's the New Republic
Yeah, yeah. So
instead of Rebels?
yeah, it would be Rebels.
Okay. The New Republic. Okay, that's great. And
I mean, yeah, not Rebels.
That would
sorry.
explain all the ships they're getting because
Yeah.
the Rebels didn't have a lot of ships back then.
yeah. Okay. And so
So it'll likely involve all of the maps that we've seen from Battlefront 2, that were air battles, like what was that Jakku battle and stuff. They're probably all in there. I hope they chuck in DLC maps for the older stuff. That'll be fun. To
there
fly
are
the
also
older
a lot of
Naboo
people
ships and
on
stuff.
Twitter.
That'd be
Well,
cool.
the key battles and the Star
Yeah,
Wars
yeah,
universe
all
kind of
through.
thing.
there are a
That'd
lot
be
of
sweet.
there are a lot of people on Twitter actually talking about this. They're like, oh man, I can't believe it's like oh yeah,
He's
it's
just fidgeting.
yeah, I know.
Just put it over there now.
Sorry.
Continue.
There are a lot of people actually on Twitter talking about how like, oh man, all my friends talking about how they're gonna be Imperial, but I'm gonna have to shoot their ass down when I jump in my Rebel X-wing. I was like, oh man. People
Well,
are-
realistically,
people
it's
love
like
Star
trying to join
Wars. Like you
team,
said, some
team
people
full.
like that shit. Yeah, yeah.
People are already
Like Joe and I specifically, we really like Star Wars.
yeah, same.
All of the Star Wars stuff is good Star Wars, except the movies. Star Wars movies are not good Star Wars.
Oh, controversy.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. They're not. They're not.
We're
good
gonna
Star
get canceled for anything. It's hating on Star Wars movies.
Disney's gonna send us
the
an
latest
email.
Star Wars movies are bad. The first
Not bad. They were misdirected. Can we say that? There was so much content between when the Force
they
Awakens
could have
came
just had
out.
interlude movies.
There were
that,
so many things that came out, so many games, so many novels. They just chucked it all out and decided, now we're doing this, and it was disappointing.
yeah, I suppose
Like
it was
there was
just,
this whole history of Luke's life that they decided, no, he was a hermit the entire time. He didn't do shit.
yeah.
Like what? What?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it really felt like a lot of the directors and the people writing those things just didn't pay attention to any of the actual fandom content.
What's up, Joe?
Was it? Yeah.
Say-
This is not a subject, going to like.
Yeah,
Star
yeah,
Wars
it wasn't the
movies.
plan, but
This is
people like
next
that
week's
shit.
episode. This is next week's episode. What the fuck happened to Star Wars?
what happened?
What happened?
Okay, we'll pull it back then.
You
The
know
EA
it has.
So EA is releasing another Star Wars game. It's
Who's
different.
it by? Who's the studio that's making this at the moment?
I'm waiting for it to show up 'cause I don't
says
remember.
Motive.
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 Yeah, Motive.
Because the last Star Wars game was really good.
That was Respawn. They
was
made
Respawn.
Titanfall 2, not the best FPS game there was.
That
What
one of
games
the
does
best.
Motive
yes.
It was
Like-
better than Battlefront, or Battlefield, and the Call of Duty at the time. Titanfall 2 was amazing.
The only problem with Titanfall 2 was that they didn't expand on the competitive scene to keep players
also,
coming
it dropped
back.
in the middle of 2 other bigger titles.
Yeah.
which is just
Well, it's
Time
mainly just because it was on Origin only.
and there's the Battlefield was as well, but more people play Battlefield.
No, I just feel like there were a lot of glitchy things that in Titanfall 2.
Okay.
In PvP that a lot of people were upset about, but generally it was a very good game. Like, anything that Respawn touched, like because Respawn were also some of the original Call of Duty creators.
I can't remember.
Yeah, so that's how Titanfall really was. That's how Titanfall really started and got
okay.
big because they were like, oh, these are some of the original creators of Call of Duty. That's why the gameplay is like, and the gunplay is like almost similar to Call of Duty's gunplay. It's because they have the same philosophies, they have the same mindset of how the gunplay should go. They just want to go sci-fi. They want to go into robots and.
It was good. Having a Titan fall from the sky,
I
crash
love
onto
that
people,
shit.
into another Titan. I loved having my Titan actually go around. My Titan got more kills than me in games.
Yes, Joseph knows this as well.
I'd stop getting in. I dropped it, I put the companionship thing or whatever was on it, gave him this 40mm cannon with a high fire rate. I'm like, you go do your thing, bro. Slayed.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I felt Titanfall 1 had more depth to it than Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2, Joseph
Titanfall 1
didn't like.
didn't even have a campaign.
It did.
No.
It was just not good.
Titanfall 2's campaign was great.
Yeah, Titanfall 2's campaign was fantastic, and they really made it cinematic. It was a great bond between you and your Titan.
Yeah. I remember there's a scene where it does this. Look at you and you guys.
Yeah, it's great. But at the same time, I feel like Titanfall 2 really, it limited itself in its PvP because it started with a class system, like sort of like operate like, you know what I mean? It started using like the Titans came in like Ronin.
Yes.
Instead where Titanfall 1, it was an interchangeable.
Yeah,
Fully
change your
customizable
weapon.
type.
Yeah.
It was interchangeable. You could change your weapons. You could change your Titan's build. You could be the tanky big guy that's like slow, but take a lot of hits, and you can use the high fire rate gun and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why don't we take literally Titanfall 2 Titan archetypes, like the speedy Ronin, right? And the Monarch and all this stuff, and just interchange it, make it customizable, because that's what people like about robots,
Listening
right?
Respawn.
You listening, Respawn?
Too
First
busy making other
Nintendo
games.
last week.
Good games like Star Wars.
Oh, and they made Fallen Order.
So
good.
Respawn are really good at storyline shit.
Must be.
Storyline shit. Respawn, you are kings, absolute kings. Making a competitive, you're making a competitive game like pretty much like Call of Duty, but with robots. Not expanding on that is foolhardy. It's just so wasteful, because you're actually you're putting in this content. You're creating a game that's essentially going to be played, that you want to be played consistently over time.
Yep.
And this is why a lot of games are moving into the competitive scene, like Squadrons is coming out, because it's it's a more PvP kind of game. And so
right, good point.
yeah. So I mean, if you're going to PvP stuff, you might as well just like touch on even a semblance of an esport by providing support for communities that may want to create a broadcast for it. You don't have to do what Respawn did with, was it Respawn that does Apex? They do, right?
Yes. They also
because
make
it's
Apex
Titanfall.
Legends.
It's Titanfall as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mechanically,
So
it's the same.
I mean, you don't have to do what you did with Apex, which was hold this big as expensive tournament, right, for a battle royale game.
Yep.
Because battle royale esports is definitely great. Sarcasm, horrible. But you don't have to have that kind of investment into a game to actually try it out. Like, I'm more than 100% sure Titanfall esports would be blowing up. It would be so big. It would just have its own unique place somewhere. If
No one else is
Gears
dropping
of
Titans
War,
from this
if Gears
guy.
of War can have an esport scene, so can Titanfall. Right? The only difference is, one, Gears of War invests in Gears of War esports. Right? Respawn just need to do the same thing. They just need to invest their time and just a little bit of money.
Just a dash.
So if they ever think of making Titanfall 3 sometime in the next 10 years, maybe.
10 years, that would be great. Well, I mean, they're busy making Fallen Order that was so
Exactly.
successful. Like, that was the last good EA Star Wars game, was Fallen Order.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Souls-like, but still very enjoyable.
I played it on like the second hardest difficulty. It wasn't frustrating because the mechanics were so well developed and so smooth. I just found it just
for the first time in a Souls game, you fight better than the enemy does, so it's not that annoying.
and it was pretty fun. And you could choose your different styles as well, like between your staff, your double bladed lightsaber, or your single bladed. You can customize your blades as well. It was real great.
I do wish you could do a Couture thing though, and just have two lightsabers. You couldn't do that like the whole time. Like,
Not the whole time. You could have combos with two lightsabers.
where it's split and
It was, and that was great because you had three styles essentially.
Yeah.
But having said that as well, what's happening to a lot of these games coming out during this time? Because E3 was supposed to be happening, a game conference was supposed to be happening as well. So what's happening to all these games that now that COVID is still pretty much rampant outside of New Zealand?
Yes.
Right?
That is the big thing.
Yeah, I mean, we thought New Zealand was safe, but we'll touch on that later. Now that COVID is rampant, literally everywhere, still, a lot of these conventions, like big fighting game tournaments are being canceled, right? Live events, live league series are being canceled out. People are still traveling. People are still moving to different countries and stuff like that, or living with other people. But
yeah.
What's happening to these big ass conferences, expos? Well, the word.
Well, you can't have an expo if people aren't allowed to be near each other.
Yep.
They make money from selling tickets, just like sports events and stuff like that, and gigs. You make the money by selling tickets. If you can't sell tickets, you're not going to make money. So don't invest in advertising. Don't invest in hiring people. It just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You lose money that way. Like just with the cinemas as well. Like I was telling you that Hoyts are letting people bring in their consoles for like $200-something. You can use their big screen with a bunch of people. Play FIFA and all that stuff. Yeah. Which is good for them. Good idea to make some money. Yeah. But yeah, they need to try and make some money back now.
Yeah. But yeah, so what's happening to these games?
In particular, what do you mean?
I mean, a lot of these games are just, I suppose, not getting as much of an exposure as they could be.
Right.
There's not much of a highlight going around these games as well because, for example, all their announcements are going online.
Yeah.
And because a lot of them go online, they're restricted to literally their own platform, right? Mm-hmm. They're only restricted to their own social media, their ads and stuff like that. But a lot of games that have smaller announcements and stuff like that, or like smaller,
you mean like the
smaller platforms.
indie guys?
Yeah, the more indie titles that could be making it big, could be getting a lot of exposure if they were at E3 or if E3 was around, so people can go and review their content.
Organizations, we'll call them, that are giving light to these smaller guys, like the IGN Summer of Gaming thing they got going on right now. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Okay, so that is one. That's one alternative that's that's being provided. Exactly. So, because all of it's moving online now, all of it's just become more standard. There's no big event or festival that's
interaction.
There's no big interaction that's going on. So I feel like games like for example, Disintegration has really gone under the radar because a game
Peggy
like
12
is I feel like it could have been a very popular game. Right? There was something about this game that I saw and I just forgot what it was. But it was made by some people that had a lot of great experience. At the same time, it's got a storyline. You can see it's got cinematics and cutscenes. And
devastating storms,
being, published by
economic collapse,
there's also
rampant disease.
Trying to figure out what it's about.
Our world can be a terrifying place, but it doesn't have to be.
You played this beta?
Here at Sangfroid, we have perfected the process of integration. Through this simple procedure, you can preserve the very best part of yourself. The one organ that defines you as you.
Okay, there we go.
So they put the people's brain robots, and they use that to actually. So they market it as an intense.
You know, I integrated because of you.
5v5, and there are
we all live with our choices. Those who didn't resist were shipped off to the Iron Clouds to be Rayon slave soldiers. Those who resisted, well, you all know that story.
Your people should be prepared.
What do you think we should do?
Well, we're in deep already. Tell me what you need.
Surely you don't actually believe in this pathetic cause. But I'm gonna tell you now. I'm offering you true freedom.
I've seen what you call freedom. And the only freedom I want is with these people. My allies. My friends.
Funny moments, the good times and the bad. And then on the show, we just come in next week and we just go, hey, okay, we played this game.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah. That's a new section for the show. New section for the show. Just sort of like touching back on the things that
Peggy 12
only just got released as well. But see, like even yeah, exactly. But this is another game that's a piece of production behind it that just went under the radar. I feel like a lot of games, a lot of people think that the game industry is actually going to be blowing up.
But I think there's a lot more games now than there used to be. Like every year, consistently, there are just more and more games coming up.
And
Devastating
I swear
storms,
when we were younger and playing games,
economic collapse,
3 in a year where you could
rampant disease. Our world can be a terrifying place,
Am I wrong?
And these
but
are
it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
not even
Here at
counting
Sangfroid,
Yeah.
we have perfected the
at
process
the same
of
time,
integration. Through this simple
it's like, I
procedure,
feel a
you
lot
can
of-
preserve the
a
very
lot of people
best
think
part
that
of yourself.
these titles are going to blow
The
up.
one organ
crazy.
that defines
Right,
you
so these
as
titles are going to blow
you.
up like crazy. These titles are expected to just go huge because of COVID and everything.
You know, I integrated because of you.
Obviously, in America.
We all live with our choices.
Those who didn't resist were shipped off to the Iron Clouds to be Rayon slave soldiers.
Europe and whatever. The thing is, I think
Those who resisted, well, you all know that story.
the game industry is suffering just as much as any other.
Your people should be prepared.
What do you think we should do?
We're in deep already. Tell me what you need.
Their platforms.
Surely you don't actually believe in this pathetic cause.
Feel like
Well, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm offering you true freedom.
I've seen what you call freedom. And the only freedom I want is with these people. My allies. My friends.
But if no one has jobs, best to buy anything.
Yep.
Who's giving the money back to the sponsors? You know, sponsors are throwing money into the air at this point.
I'll catch you.
You know?
I'll take that.
Yeah,
Peggy
I don't mind.
12.
Like, but at the same time,
Oh,
you know,
my way.
and so Shadownet lucky because New Zealand's in the clear and people going back to their jobs, right? But at the same time, a lot of other people are also suffering from COVID, and it's affecting the esport industry in Australia, New Zealand, ANZ, and on a wider
Devastating
scale.
storms.
We'll touch on that later,
Economic
right?
collapse,
Because it is
rampant disease.
permeating into everyone's personal lives. But
Our
we'll touch
world
on
can
that
be
later
a
in
terrifying
the serious
place,
section.
but it doesn't have
But
to be.
I feel like we should really
Here
try
at
to
Sangfroid,
think that
we
it's a
have
game
perfected the
that
process
could be
of
interesting,
integration.
but it could be another.
Through this simple procedure, you can preserve the very best part of yourself. The one organ that defines you as you.
And so now you also had a game that you wanted to talk about as well.
Next. Oh yeah, you're gonna love this. Have you seen? There's a Samurai Jack game coming out. Yeah, check. Look at this. It's a legitimate Samurai Jack the game. Not like all those Cartoon Network games that came out when the show was on that you do online. This is a full-fledged action RPG Samurai Jack game.
Oh, the art style on this.
Yeah. Combat even looks fluid as. So this is set. Let me check my notes. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, took place during the last season, season 5. This game is canon, so everything that happens in it technically happens in the story of Samurai Jack.
So it just interconnects some of the storylines
Yeah,
that's happening
yeah,
in the
yeah.
season.
I mean, Samurai Jack, like one of the best cartoons ever, right?
Yes,
And there's a game this year.
I'm sold.
Yeah,
That's
Samurai
it.
Jack.
I'm getting that game. I don't have a PlayStation 4. I'm getting that game.
I think it's on everything. The trailer just happens to be from PlayStation.
Oh, because
Did they say when it's out? Did it say?
It's just in summer 2020.
Summer.
Which is technically now, but it's not going to come out now.
That is actually hype. I'm actually so
Look at
excited.
it, it looks good. It's like there's Jack there in his robes, and then there's older Jack with the armor on.
It's got a bit of platforming in it.
Yeah,
Is
like
it?
bosses. Like oh yeah, I forgot in later season he gets guns.
So I'm
and stuff.
more
We're like,
interested
what?
in the Samurai Jack storyline than I am the action, because the action.
Oh, of
looks
course.
The action looks real simple. It looks like a basic, sort of like hack and
They're
slash
all
game.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a basic hack
Pick
and
up
slash game with
sword,
simple
slash enemy
with
get
simple
XP.
mechanics.
Yeah.
And it's a cartoon game in the end. I'm really going to be playing for the storyline, but I'm really going to be playing it for the storyline, because Samurai Jack is part of almost every 90s kid's childhood. Or early
Well, it was early
teenage
2000s when it came out, but that final
years.
season.
Yeah, early teenage.
Oh, man.
Gritty.
not only that, the end, like the final episode.
Yep.
How sad.
Yeah.
And also just beautiful. Like,
It
Joe,
really,
you watched Samurai Jack, right?
Yeah, but spoilers, for people who haven't.
It's their own fault by now. It's too late.
Well, he didn't say what it was. He just said it was beautiful, and I said it was gritty. That's it. But someone dies. But I mean,
we die when it ends, just a little bit.
just like that, just like that much. But so yeah, I'm just very excited to see that. Yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm hyped. I was like,
Jack,
wow. Okay.
Then up next, Avatar: Last Airbender, the game, please.
No,
but a
please.
good one.
The last one was so bad. You know, games on Xbox have achievements, right?
Yes.
Avatar's achievements could literally be achieved in 5 minutes.
Wow.
You put the game in. From putting the game in to actually starting the game, all you need to do to get all 100 points on an Xbox on that game was hit a 20-hit combo.
What? So it was like 1 for 5.
And
10.
game mechanics back then was so simple. You just spammed Y.
Yep.
20-hit combo. They really didn't think that one through. That was just a money grab they just put up because they know that like everyone's gonna play this Avatar game because they love this
so
cartoon.
Popular. Yep,
right.
Yep.
I rented that game for $2 or $7. Played
Overnight.
it. No,
Yep.
the overnight expensive one because it just came out.
Yes.
Played that thing. Got my achievements, went back, and I rented something else. I was like, hey, I changed my mind. Can I rent something else today? And he's like, yeah, sure. That's it. I mean, like, you essentially rent something within that time slot. You can change it whenever you want.
I imagine the biggest game money for renting was a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, yeah.
Because you couldn't do it overnight. There's 8 discs in the thing.
You would actually rent out each disc. I remember that.
You
rented out each disc.
It's been a long time. Wow.
Yep.
That's good money.
Yep, that's good money. But in addition to that, is there anything else that you want to talk about for your Samurai Jack thing?
No, I was just like informing you, like,
okay,
because I know you wouldn't have seen it. So
did you want to continue then before I went into my?
No, go to the flow.
Okay,
flow,
yeah.
But
So
I just want to be like, Samurai Jack looks like it's Samurai Jack, man.
Okay, I get it. Samurai Jack, shit.
It was just a PSA.
So,
really.
in addition to games that were supposed to come out,
Yep.
Cyberpunk has been delayed. CG Projekt Red has put it back till November.
Yes.
So it was supposed to be coming out when September?
Yeah. No, was it September? July? September? No, we'll say September. Like,
Yeah. It was supposed to come out sometime. And it's just been pushed back to November. People, like, obviously the responses were mixed. Some people were like,
supportive.
you do you, CG Projekt Red. You do you. And there were some people just having a big freaking cry about it. You're like, oh my god, we're never gonna get this game.
It does feel a little bit like that. It's been a while.
It's like what? They put it back like 2 months?
Yeah, no, but this game was announced, 3 years ago? Or more?
No. It was announced way before 3
That
years
was it. There we go.
Wait, it was like what? How many years ago, Joe? Like 10?
No, not 10.
not 10.
No. They announced it like they said they were working on it, but they only released trailers for it 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, they
I
announced
mean, it's been in development for a long time, but video games take time to make.
Yep.
CD Projekt Red games. Oof.
Yep. I mean, we're gonna get Star Citizen in like 2025. So.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about that. Like, grandkids be playing that.
Yeah. 2050. 2050. He's like, thank you guys for your $7 million.
By then,
Every
we're like
month.
2 billion.
Every month, $7 million. We're finally releasing this game.
Sheesh. I just don't understand how it can. I know games take time and money, but
Grandpa
it's a lot
Joe
of
will have,
money and a lot of
like
time.
5 monitors, like 6 monitors lined up in like 2 rows, and he's gonna have like 2 joysticks to like.
Fleet Commander Blade Strike, I think you mean.
And he's gonna have like pedals attached to his computer. He's like, guys, I set this up. I'm waiting. And he's got like a full battle station.
Yep.
He's gonna go to a full range. He'll be the guy flying both the command ship, like the actually like the fleet ship and the battleship. So he'll just like hop on between PCs. He'll have like 2 accounts.
Yep.
Gosh. And then, but getting back to CG Projekt Red, they've said in the statement that essentially the game is done. Essentially, the game is done. They're just literally just smoothing out every single bug, every single glitch, every single kink.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy for them to do that. If they're saying that everything's sorted, everything's ready, they're just ironing it out.
Yeah.
That's just something that we would hope for them to do so that they don't have to delay it for another like 10 gigabyte download on launch day. Like, oh, by the way, we have a
the whole launch day.
Yep.
Update.
It was like, by the way, we have a big patch for some bugs that
It
we
looks
discovered.
like a big game. I wish we had a video now, but it looks like a really detailed big game because you drive a car in it. There's a whole RPG experience. It's a first-person shooter. There's the characters, like the NPCs, have lives in this game.
Yeah.
Like they were mentioning something about a job, about getting characters. You could do it in the day or the night, depending on what they do in their schedule. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This thing is deep. It looks really good. Looks like a good time suck.
Oh, could you imagine the depth that game would go to if they have lives?
Mm.
Like, since they all have lives and they all have their own schedules and they all do things, imagine like delaying a quest
Real time.
15 days. Right?
It's his daughter's quinceanera. This thing will get him then. Imagine this is crazy. Turning us into Hitman.
Oh, that reminds me of a scene from Vikings.
Oh, yeah?
They're like, these Christians.
These Spanish?
Christians. No, sorry, shit.
Because
You're like,
I was going to say, they don't know Spaniards and Vikings.
no, they were saying like, oh, these Christians, we get them on their holidays. It's
No,
like,
go back to the Spanish now. Makes it interesting.
but you know, they would say like, oh, we get them on their holidays, whatever. It's the same thing, right? It's like they let their guard down. They don't like put their like they don't have so many like so much security. Everyone's celebrating, everyone's having fun, and then boom, Vikings attack. You know,
It's a little bit different. This is a video game.
Yeah,
It's like,
no,
you literally have so many options, but you're like, no, I'm going to wait.
no. But if they do have lives, they might be out on a schedule. Like if you have to assassinate someone, surely there's an assassination contract in that game somewhere.
So it would be like, you get the job, and it's like, what's the time? It's 2 p.m. Sorry, like, he's at work. No one wants to die at work. I'm going to do that to him, to Joe No One. You're just going to wait.
I'll get him in transit while he's thinking about anything else.
Yeah.
Leave him with a good memory.
Exactly. Maybe you'll wake up, you have a good day. Maybe, you know what? I'm going to hire him a hooker. He's going to have a good time. He's going to have a good time before I kill this guy. How deep are you going to get into this game?
He's like,
You really
that's
feel
just
for them.
legal in Night City, right?
Yeah.
Hookers.
2077 is all good.
2077. You know, everyone they do what they want, man.
Yeah.
We got freedom 2020. Do we? No? 2077? Definitely. 2077. Huh.
It's going to be
Man, you can have two genitals if you want in 2077, man.
detachable.
Oh.
Take it out, wash it, put it back.
I actually like how they've sort of marketed Night City to be this living, breathing
Oh yeah,
thing.
what is it about? I kept meaning to look that up, and I keep knocking this, and Joe's going to be angry at me. Shaking. I'll just put my hands under the table now, Joe. What is this Night City thing? I actually keep forgetting to look it up.
So Night City is the place that you're adventuring through.
Yes.
It's a living, breathing city. And
No, the event that they're talking about. What? Like the thing your friend wants to do a viewing party of. What is this?
I don't know about
you
that.
don't know that,
No, but there is apparently a Night City viewing party.
Yeah.
I have no clue what it's about. Johannes, if you're watching, leave a comment. Tell us about it. But yeah, definitely interested to see what that's all about, because the Night City viewing party, I suppose Johannes is keen to meet up, watch it.
Maybe it's just them walking through the entire city, like a
Yeah, they might be-
discovery tour on the Assassin's Creed games. Could be like
Could
that.
be a thing. That might be it.
Mhm.
Interested, and they might even take you through some of the NPC lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be actually really cool to watch. You know, really get you sucked into it. But at the same time, going back to our original topic, you know how, like I said, a lot of these games are losing their platform,
Right.
right? Losing a big platform, which is live events and conventions and expos.
Yep.
At the same time, all these games are also, if they're smart, they are using platforms like social media, and Twitch and all these streaming platforms, and you know their own communities. They're also doing it in creative ways to have this, you know, this live stream thing, and in addition to that, I feel like really expanding on your fandom really does hit home for a lot of people that are at sort of like keeping up,
Right.
because like how Cyberpunk is actually doing is sort of they released a statement, and they also said they have a viewing party thing going on, but at the same time they've also mentioned that journalists all over the world are doing reviews for games now.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Yes.
gaming's really become this thing that's not just for the guys sitting at home doing nothing with their lives. Everyone's kind of playing games or talking about them.
It's a pastime now. It's a standardized, streamlined pastime.
Yeah, I saw a post by Radio Hauraki saying The Last of Us 2 is out. I was like, what? That was just the most random thing I've seen so
Radio
far.
Hauraki. Oh my gosh.
But
oh no, DJ hosts can't play video games.
No, it's not my point. My point is, it's these organizations or these companies talking about things you never expected them to talk about.
True. At the same time, but they have to stay relevant to
I agree,
to the younger
completely.
crowd that do listen to the radio when they're in transit.
Yeah.
You know, like, and people in transit these days listening to the radio are people like us, you know, going to work and everything like that.
It's just it's good. Like gaming has just become this. It's grown to be more than just a thing you do at home, like a little hobby thing. It's like something everyone does now. I'm happy for it in that way.
Yeah.
You have to be less guilty about spending time playing games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just I suppose more acceptable.
Yes.
Everyone's kind of gone into kind of like grown into it.
Yep.
I suppose, as opposed to like,
Childish thing.
you know, your mom telling you to pause your game or something like that.
It's live.
It's online, Mom. You gotta pause an online game. Or, you know, like, I suppose it's still common for like a lot of partners to be frustrated you're playing games instead of spending time with them. But it's also more acceptable these days for your pastime, if anything, to be a video game. You know, as opposed to going out and, you know, potentially even endangering yourself with COVID and everything. So
True enough.
having said that, it is an everyday thing. Like live, the world is changing. Esports is growing. Gaming is growing.
Yep.
Twitch streaming is growing. Live streaming in general, like we're streaming on Facebook, growing, and you know, Facebook is really investing in this platform. It's crazy.
True. Gaming, the Facebook gaming didn't exist last year.
It did. It was just
Well,
not
really,
marketed.
yeah,
Not marketed. But they are marketing it very hard this year. Last year, I remember one of my friends, Anne Chorizo, a very famous cosplayer from America.
Chorizo, like the sausage.
Anne Chorizo.
Oh, Chorizo. Sorry,
Yeah, like Pichirisu, the Pokemon.
I don't know Pokemon that well.
The chipmunk. Anyway. She actually got brought into Facebook, and she was actually offered a proper streaming program, you know, and like an affiliate program. She was fairly compensated as well. And she was one of the first exclusive streamers that was pulled from Twitch onto Facebook through a proper contract. And I suppose that was the start of that. And now they've moved into they're still developing Facebook gaming, and there's still some things about Facebook gaming that I think they need to edit, because a lot of people will be commenting on the stream, but they're actually commenting on the post.
Oh, right.
In order for Joseph to read the actual comments, they need to click on the stream, because I've shared the stream everywhere.
Yep.
I put the stream on in New Zealand specific groups. I put the stream into gaming groups that I made, League of Legends NZ, my Facebook page, my page for my personality LAN. And you know, if Playtech share this, if MSI share this, people are commenting on those posts. But if people comment those posts, we can't see those comments.
Okay.
Unless we go to that post individually. Whereas they could just be clicking on the actual post and then commenting in the chat live.
Right.
And I could reply to that after the stream. But or Joseph could, but Joseph's probably just more focused on actually producing the show.
Yeah.
Having said that, don't forget to like and share the
On the
stream as
post.
well. Yeah, don't forget to like and share. Don't forget to like and share the stream. Tell your friends about it. Tell your mom about it. Family friendly. Winner headset. We'll pick a winner at the end of this stream. I'll probably head over there, and maybe Joseph can just pick someone that's shared the stream onto their page, and that person will just have to DM us their details, and I will send you a love letter along with this. That's a promise. So yeah, what's next?
There was, gosh,
You wrote things down.
I know I did. I'm losing track. It's a weird day today.
Did you have breakfast this morning?
I did. I don't know. Weird day today.
Oh.
Weird day today.
Okay.
What's the next other thing, Joe? I can't even remember now. Oh yeah, it was Baldur's Gate. That's what it was.
Oh, Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Okay, so what about Baldur's Gate?
No, I just wanted to bring it up because we're talking about games we played together as a team. We played Divinity.
Yeah.
And then we're expecting Baldur's Gate to be just as good.
better.
Yeah, better. And just it's nice to talk about games. I think that we're all in all the time, like things we play together.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm like CG Projekt Red, Larian Studios, also really popular. Everyone likes what they did. Everyone loved Divinity 2, and now everyone's expecting good things from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. So the fact that Larian's on this puts me at ease.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Everyone felt.
Divinity was a very successful title. I feel like Baldur's Gate 3, not much released about it at the moment.
There's a whole bunch of full-on videos actually of gameplay.
Real?
Yeah,
45-minute videos.
Yeah.
Really?
They've really thrown in like a real D&D experience though, where there's like actual rolls for actions that you take, like, you know, dice rolls. That's really, they showed, one of the first streams was, they showed them fighting these crabs, like low-level, entry-level crabs. They couldn't kill them. The dude threw, like tried to hit it with his weapon, got shit rolls, couldn't do it. Threw a shoe, and it killed it. What?
Steel cap shoes. Steel
It's
cap
like
shoes.
basic boot. You saw this, right, Joe?
Yeah.
It was great.
Okay, cool. I vibe that.
It could make it frustrating at the same time to know that your weapon roll could be
Well,
so
considering
crap.
we already play board games,
True enough.
could be just as frustrating. Which we might do later on tonight. I don't know, maybe if you guys...
It's Joe Star Wars.
Joe's
Joe's Power Rangers.
Joe's just frustrated. He's like, paid $2,000 for this.
Did you get the big one? The big gold one?
Yeah,
The
you'll see when you get it.
Oh gosh, we should bring it on the show and actually show off your.
Oh yeah,
show
we'll
your
put it up. We'll put up the statues.
We'll put it,
so we'll have a whole Power Rangers.
He's got a morpher as well.
Oh yes, you
He
do
put
have
the
a
metal in
morpher.
there and everything. You know what? I was watching Power Rangers with my girlfriend the other night.
Oh yeah,
We just turned on light
Was
speed.
it the episode you were in?
I forgot about that.
Oh gosh, I'm actually. So
Were you
I'm
one of
actually-
those ghouly minion things? Like,
So I'm one of the minions inside the jail in the first episode of
Is it Ninja Steel?
Dino something, the
Oh,
dinosaur one.
they're not dinosaurs.
Yeah, no, those are the
Yeah,
I
no,
know
man, they
Thunder or
transform into
something like
dinosaurs.
that.
Like the things are dinosaurs, right?
Yeah. No. It's one of the new ones. They did
Okay,
dinosaurs
okay.
again.
Bring
Yeah.
it back.
This
It was
wasn't
like
Mighty
3
Morphin.
different times.
Yeah.
Joe's seen like all the Power Rangers, right? Come on, Joe. Don't be modest.
No.
So yeah, I mean, so I was one of the monsters inside the thing, and
You're like wearing a suit?
yeah, I was wearing a full on like monster costume.
So you can't tell it's
just
you.
Ian, human in cell.
Yeah, they actually asked you to make it sound like. "Rawr."
Oh, really?
It's actually really fun.
Oh, cool.
Pay was decent as well, but I did it for the experience, and I could have gone for the Power Rangers audition recently, but
Okay.
I just feel like I don't look like an 18-year-old anymore.
Fair enough.
You know, I had the longer hair before, and I went to my hairdresser recently, and I was just like, "Hey,"
Make me young again.
no, I was like, "Give me the haircut," you know, like the usual haircut, and she's been my hairdresser for 10 years,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, you know what? I feel old. I'm 29 now, so let's
So
cut this
just get a older
let's
haircut?
just,
like, what
yeah, like get a more mature haircut, like
Yeah.
a more clean, mature haircut. I've had this haircut before.
Yeah, I was gonna
But-
say, it looks like the same haircut you've had before.
I had this haircut before, but at the same time, I just felt like it was more a more accurate reflection of how I saw myself these days, as opposed to the, because I wanted to go because before I hit 29, I was going for the long haircut because I knew I was turning 29, and I was close to the end of my close to the end of this decade.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna get close to the end of your life? You'll be
No,
missed.
the end of this decade for me, and so I felt like I felt like man, I really don't want to get older, you know, like I really
No
don't
choice.
I know, I don't have a choice, but you know, like I just wanted to feel younger, so I kept the longer hair. But as soon as I turned 29, I just looked at myself in the mirror one day, and I was like,
Disgusting.
I mean, like not sad or disappointed or anything, just like, yeah, okay, like this isn't me anymore, you know, like
Right.
I've come to this
Self growth.
this acceptance that I am a more mature person, and I
Joe's
want to
looking at
reflect
you
that.
like, who the fuck are you missing?
What?
More mature person.
What are you talking? What's your problem? What is your problem? What?
No, it happens. It's true. Like we all, like hairlines go back, like all.
No,
that
I
kind
mean
of
that's
shit. It's
fine.
like, you
That's
go like,
I'm not,
damn.
that's not my problem. I'm just saying. I just yeah. I mean, came to accept that I'm older now.
Yeah.
It's harder, and yeah. So in the so back to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I'm wondering where did we
No,
go
because we went. Joseph went into Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, yes.
Joseph went into Power Rangers and talking about the freaking episode that I'm on and shit. You also, and I was just saying board games. You know, like we play board games all the time. We should probably play board games more often in the evenings. You know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Baldur's Gate with dice rolls. Excited to actually try that out because technically it was always the way it was.
Yeah, but it was still lean towards you winning a fight. This one seems like it's just completely balanced and you could just mess up and lose from easy little crab fights.
We would just be yelling at each other how much we suck.
Yeah, because it's not even our fault. We do the exact same. We click the thing, attack that guy, miss. I swung with my sword. How did I miss? Exactly.
Are there dungeon masters as well?
I don't know. There's not enough info.
There should
on
be
that.
a dungeon master that should be Joseph, and he'd be like.
I think that's the AI. The AI will handle all that. That's what they do in the other
we need someone storytelling this. Like we need someone storytelling what's happening in this actual game, and like.
I can imagine just being Joe's right.
Like,
Imagine being.
Aiden valiantly threw his shoe at the crab, yet the crab caught it with its pincer.
It's like this is a nice boot. What's this? A Jordan? Oh. The crab runs off.
What's up? He's like, got shoe now, sucker. Aiden got looted. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I like those kind of games. Like Divinity was actually my first time getting into those, and it's really fun. Like
it's. I mean, I suppose we have to really touch on. We should really try Dungeons and Dragons one time. It is the
they're all the Oh, you mean actual pen paper? Ooh, that's full on.
No, I'm saying penultimate. I mean, as in is the core basis of most of these other RPG games.
It is.
You know.
But yeah, that's like a full story. Like you keep a book, you have a character, you keep notes and stuff. It's quite like you've seen it on the show. The name has just gone from my head. The Netflix show, Stranger Things. That's where the kids are playing.
Yeah,
they're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, Demigorgons and all that stuff.
The only thing we played really is like Star Wars Imperial Assault would be close.
Yeah, but you have a character card and it comes with other things we keep. It's similar, close enough, but
it's a watered down.
It's not as intense. Yeah, it's definitely watered down.
I don't know, like the cardboard figurines and movies.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit better that way.
You mean you prefer Star Wars to what you think Dungeons
Well,
and
I'm
Dragons
just saying,
like?
board games, when they're doing that, instead of just writing and trying to imagine it,
Yeah.
at least you got something there that helps you.
True. But then with that, this tabletop simulator, the best of both worlds.
Oh, yeah, we played how many hours of Gloomhaven on that?
Yeah.
We still haven't finished it.
No.
You don't finish Gloomhaven.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't actually finish Gloomhaven. That's why I kind of don't like it. You don't have a character that you grow with. It's like you get to these objective points and you toss it and you get a new one.
Yeah.
And then you can even repeat story missions. It's not the best.
Okay.
That was fun.
It was fun to do, but yeah, it stopped. Like once you notice, like your
Maybe
third character
try
in, you're
Dungeons
like
and Dragons on Tabletop Simulator.
Could do this Baldur's Gate things. Like it's an actual campaign you can do.
There's full on stuff.
Yeah, let's try that. Why not?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
You can do a stream of that even.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah. The annoying thing in Divinity 2, remember when I picked the flame character and then eventually the strong enemies stopped being fire immune?
All I can remember is you burning us half the time.
Oh, that was horrible.
That's what it does. It sets fire everywhere.
Yeah, every time we just stop fire constantly.
Get your fire immunity up, just like the enemies did, obviously. They knew I was coming.
Okay.
Dragon Prince.
So, looks like we've covered most of our game topics.
Yes.
Game news, I suppose. So we're gonna try disintegration.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
We'll see how it is. If it costs a little bit, then Shadownet will pay for it. But we'll try it out. Yeah, I think we could even. I think Johannes has even been egging me on into doing YouTube reviews to journalize. These games. I mean, I think this is a way we can start doing it.
True, but then that does come into our point, or your point about having the time to play all these games. Because to make a review, you got to complete it.
Yeah, at the same time, that is also coming back to the main point, the original point, aspect that I mentioned, that with Cyberpunk, people are reviewing it right now.
True, people have review copies now.
Yeah, people have review copies now, and so we could, I mean, if we end up reviewing stuff and we actually get it to the point where our opinion is valued, so point we could be reviewing a game months ahead before it's launch, and we could just prepare something for it.
That would be great.
Yeah. And so
even months ahead, do we still have the time?
put in your leave early.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
Yeah, but I mean, it is something we could do.
Yeah.
And if it's not us, then someone else.
True
Right?
enough.
Surely there'll be a game that we could all put our hands up for and be like, you know what, I want to do that game.
Let's do Baldur's Gate 3. Thanks, Larry. That'd be right. We'll get in on that.
Yeah. We'll make a whole podcast for it. We'll make a whole episode for it. But anyway.
We have been a bit slower today, so we should skip probably a few things and jump to your... you had some topics you want to talk about, your esports,
right, so
organizations that were failing.
So going back to one of my original points earlier today, when I did mention that esports as a whole, because of COVID, is suffering, right? People don't see this. People don't think about it. People think that, esports is going to boom because everyone's at home playing games. But where's the money in supporting esports coming from? Marketing, sponsors, and all that kind of stuff. Everyone in esports knows that. Where are they getting the money from? People buying stuff.
Yes.
People can't buy stuff because people can't
Go out.
work.
Mm-hmm.
People can't work. A lot of people still don't have jobs. I don't have all my clients back at the gym yet.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of my clients don't want to come back just yet.
Just in
because
case, yeah.
they're either on free gym trials to save money
Yep.
somewhere else, or they got made redundant. They don't have a job.
Yep.
Right? So they got to save their money yet again.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, having said that, a lot of esports stuff is taking a big hit. Two esport organizations in ANZ have recently shut down. And these are organizations that were fairly prominent in their field. Right? Not necessarily. One of them was one of the biggest organizations in the entire region, and one of the most long-standing organizations.
Oh wow!
Right? And these games, these esport organizations, weren't just small-time orgs, right? With no production. They had decent production. They had decent community sizes, and one of them, the biggest one, which is the most recent collapse, is Justice Esports. And so Justice Esports, as we can see on this Twitter post that I screenshotted, essentially they just closed their doors as of the 12th of June, right? And so they closed their doors, and it was a farewell. And so the kind of titles they had was,
I was just gonna ask.
Apex Legends. They had Rocket League, was one of the biggest ones as well, and I think they had PUBG. They might have had some other titles as well. Not too familiar with it myself.
Yep.
But I do remember those titles being predominantly marketed by Justice.
Right.
And so the owner, Graham Ghost Jr. I saw his post on LinkedIn.
Right.
And essentially, he said the same. He just said, he's closing it down. Like.
You're also reading it.
I mean, I'm just going over. I'm just reminding myself. I forgot what the points were, but essentially, the org was getting to a point where it needed more to grow. Right? He didn't want to. It was just coming to a standstill.
Right.
And at the same time,
did they mention the particular reasons?
And COVID-related issues.
Just COVID-related issues. Okay.
COVID-related issues, and I mean, this is a time where if your org is peaking and needs bigger investment points to grow.
Yep.
Orgs like Justice are shutting down or closing their doors for at least a short period of time.
Right.
We don't know if they're going to come back or not. But like they said, they're keeping their Discord community as a safe space for all to come and hang out and chat and play games.
Yep.
Maybe they'll open up again.
Yep.
Right? But these orgs are coming to a point where they are needing more support, and they're just not going to get it.
Yes.
Because of COVID.
Yep.
Right? So then, after that, a week ago, right? Maybe not even a week ago, just a few days ago, Atletico also took a dip. Atletico are one of the biggest organizations in the entire region. They had a CS:GO team that was very successful. They had a PUBG team. They had everything, right? They had so many teams. They were even one of the first orgs in Rainbow Six.
Yep.
In ANZ,
right?
And as you can see, more COVID stuff. A lot of stuff that's affecting people's personal lives. A lot of things going down, and it's just it's painful to see.
Yeah.
Right. So, in addition to that, an article was released by Ben Scott, and so after 15 years of running, one of the oldest organizations in Asia Pacific, in Australia, New Zealand, Atletico closed down. They even had a CS:GO team and a Dota team here competing at the LPL thing.
Oh wow,
crazy! It's one of those things where, as an organization owner, keep scrolling, Joe. See, Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
You know, winning the ANZ championship.
Yeah,
They win championships.
Yeah, wow.
These are organizations that teams would
successful.
love to be. Yeah, that successful teams
seemingly before this
would love to be a part of, because of the funding and the support and the drive that this organization provides you. But at the same time, what does that mean for organizations like Shadownet? Right? What can we do
to avoid
this happening? And so, for an organization owner like myself, this can be worrying. You know, if we keep going as well, we see that, you know, they have a PUBG team that was at a thing last year at PGC, and it's never a pretty sight. Just like Ben Scott says right there, it's never a pretty sight to see an organization as veteran and as experienced as Atletico closed down. And, you know, like my heart goes out to Maggie and Graham, but it's like, I really feel it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
As an organization owner, like, you start an org for two reasons, right? Because you see the growth that having an organization can provide, and the kind of support that you can do in an industry where it is the Wild West out here.
Yes.
Anything can happen in esports. Anyone can do anything, right? There is no, like, people running government still don't completely understand it, right? These are things that are being operated and owned by corporations.
Yeah.
Right? It's a free for all right now, right? So anyone can start an esport organization or a team, right? And just market themselves. But, you know, so you do it because you see this potential and you want to invest in it. You want to ride this hype train down to see if you can also have $1 million organization, $10 million organization. You know, like international, global. You want to be the next G2. You want to be the next TSM.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want something like Baylife to be so widespread and popular? You know, like the TSM's quote from back then, Baylife. You know, which was something that just they used to say because they lived in the Bay Area of California, right? Which just meant pretty much fuck it, just go for it, you know. That was spread all the way to New Zealand. Do you want that your culture going that far and sticking with someone for over 10 years?
Yep.
Right? For someone like me, yeah, you know, definitely. I want someone to talk about Shadownet 15 years from now, you know. I want Shadownet to be alive 15 years from now, paying millions of dollars to our players.
Yep.
And for orgs to be, for sponsors to be trying to break deals with us, you know, that far down the line. But at the same time, you also do it because you love gaming.
Yes.
Right? You want to be a part of an industry where you can see yourself having fun.
Yeah.
And you want to, and most importantly, in your passion for gaming, also support people and the players and their dreams of competing professionally as a lifestyle, right? As their career, and or to be a streamer or to be a gaming content creator.
Yes,
that's what organization owners like me at least are here for. You know, providing this dream and, you know, like helping people get to where they want to get. Right? It's not so much the money, because honestly, if you think about it, anyone starting from where I am.
Did you catch that?
It was a bit contagious. Anyone that's starting from where I started, with $0 in my pocket, I had no money in my bank account when I started Shadownet. Right? And when I approached my business partner, Prani, neither of us invested that much money in it. Right? I was working a part-time job as a trainer. You know, I've always been a trainer. I've been a trainer for 7 years. Right? And I'm going to continue being a trainer for the rest of my life. But I was only earning just like a little bit. Right? And I put like $20-$50 into like some basic graphics.
Yep.
and I paid for things as I went.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We picked up some players. And I picked up a couple of like people. I picked up Frost for esports stuff because I needed someone that knew esports in New Zealand and had a basic understanding of contracts and stuff like that, and sponsorships. Pronny because she's the CFO, and I had nothing. Like I didn't even ask you guys to do anything with me at that point. I was just like, I went all in, and all I wanted to do was find some honest people to support, and help them get to where they want to get. Found some people. Right, unfortunately, it didn't work out. I made a mistake, but, and we put down numbers and money that I knew I could get, right, on a moment's notice, but it was still money that would set me back a lot.
Yes.
Right, Pronny as well,
A big sacrifice.
A huge sacrifice, and so for us, for organization owners, to take this leap, it takes a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and I still 7 months down the line, right? I'm still working, no, not even 7 months. It's been more than 7 months. It's been 9 months now.
Oh, wow.
Holy shit. It's been 9 months
Coming up to a
since
year.
I started. Yeah, it's almost a year since Shadownet launched. And our social media is still growing.
Yes.
But in terms of milestones, I feel like we've achieved quite a lot, right? We've achieved a lot. We've done a lot of things. And that's a lot of that's due to MSI, Australia, and also Playtech.
Yep.
Yeah, we do.
That support network you were talking about. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But at the same time, when I look at stuff like this, obviously, as someone that needs to be pragmatic,
Yes,
and prudent about his decisions, I look at this and I think, man, how can I avoid that?
exactly. You got to look at the steps you can take to let that not happen to you.
I mean, that was the second thing I thought about. The first thing I thought was holy shit, what is that? If I was in that guy's shoes.
And they were that popular and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and they were that popular. They were that big on their social media. If I was in that guy's shoes, how would I feel? I would be absolutely heartbroken. I feel so bad for the other owners out there. And I know a lot of other org owners that just invest their time because they love this. And when I look at that and I think, I need to be able to avoid this. How can I do something different?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why and I look back at Shadownet's business model now and I think this is why I have a Instagram influencer that kind of does gaming. Cross marketing with musicians like Jupiter Project.
Yep.
Cross marketing, because at its core, esports and esport organizations are all about marketing. And
Yes.
we get our sponsorships because we have reach, we have sponsorship, we have marketing numbers, and we can provide that to sponsors and say, for this much money, $5,000, $2,000, whatever, you can reach 2,000 people, right, per post every month, right? And all I'm asking is that you give me that much money for 6 months. That's what I can get you, right? It's like a deal,
Yes,
right?
yes,
It's marketing
of
deal.
Yeah.
And that's what we all are, right? And so so I have to do a video because people still don't understand what Shadownet is, right? And it's hard for me to explain what Shadownet is, other than it is an esport organization.
True enough.
And we have teams, right? But then when it comes to our influencers, they ask us, why do you have this Instagram influencer that does fashion, right? Well, firstly, she streams games, right? We set her up with a PC ourselves with Playtech. We help her put the stream together. I went to her house. I put all the stream together myself. I help her get her first mod, and I helped her teach. I helped teach her I taught her how to run that stream. Right. Taught her how to market it and everything, right? And she got partnered in 3 weeks.
Wow.
She got partnered on Twitch in 3 weeks, and now she's gonna get invited to some special exclusive Twitch events.
Sheesh.
Right? She has a stable fan base that's growing.
Yep.
Right? This is what Shadownet's here for. We provided that. And Esther, by the way, Esther on Twitch, check that out. Check her out. Check out Absinthe on Twitch as well. I am Absinthe. Right? Absinthe as well is a friend of mine that started with no social media presence other than her Instagram.
Yep.
And she blew up on her stream to a certain amount. And we're collaborating with her. Now MSI are using her photos to promote their laptops.
Oh wow!
You know,
good for you.
And that's the thing. People are like, why is Shadownet doing this with people with like influencers on Instagram and stuff that have nothing to do with gaming? First of all, wrong. They all play games.
That's what we were talking about before. Yeah,
they all play games. Everyone plays games. Everyone is a gamer. Everyone can be a gamer.
Yeah.
They all play games. You just assume that a gamer, people are trapped in the stereotype that gamers don't lift, gamers don't do this. First of all, I'm a personal trainer. Second of all, Aiden shredded. Third of all, there are a lot of professional esports players that are massive.
Yeah.
They are jacked. They look like they are roided. Heck, if they are, I would be scared.
Throw a picture of what Johannes looked like if we had it.
Yeah, so if you, if we have time next time, if we ever go back to this topic, I'll put up a picture of Johannes. There's a guy who I helped train a little bit, and I trained with him, and he taught me about nutrition a lot, and I taught him about some massage stuff and some stretching things because I do rehab stuff, and some exercise things for his that were better for him.
Yeah.
And so this guy's jacked. He's freaking huge. But this guy is the biggest Division 2 nerd and the biggest cyberpunk dork I've ever met in my life. He watches the trailer every week in prep for Cyberpunk 2077.
Wow.
That's guy
commitment.
That guy knows Cyberpunk off the back of his hand, and he will watch it.
Damn, CD Projekt, just give him a copy, man. He's
shit. And the thing is, people all assume that these guys, like all my influencers, have nothing to do with gaming. Yeah, okay, so
on the face of it, it would seem.
Yeah, so I mean, the only one that maybe you could argue that about would be DJ Zeros, but she plays League of Legends. She's just not confident in streaming it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, and as a DJ, she no longer can play music on Twitch because of DMCA's. Right, and Warner Brothers is willing to just sue anyone that's playing actual copyrighted music.
Yeah, of course.
Right. But outside that, if MSI is willing to use their photos to market, that's my job done, right? And that's me bringing money into this organization to provide support for my players, and that's allowing me to provide support for my players, for my new Valorant team, which I'm announcing at the end of this week.
Cool,
right? For my Rainbow Six team that's playing in the AEC Minor League for Rainbow Six, and also the Let's Play Live Pro League for Rainbow Six as well. Right, and for me to provide support to Esther, and to Absence, and to Wristlock, right, my streamers, and these guys, I've got more like Minxie, that PC, we got her that PC, right, I'm paying for it, right, and I'm the uniforms and everything, right. Now, did Athletico do stuff like this? Did Justice do stuff like what we're doing? No, they didn't. But Athletico did have a lot of support from sponsors, and they had more support technically accumulated over the years. What? Who? Is that? That's Jeff.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
That's right.
He's left. Okay.
Anyway.
Weird ass. Okay. So it's just So am I doing something different? Yes, Shadownet is very different from most other organizations. No one actually understands it. But in the end, it's marketing. In the end, it's marketing. So if you want if you want an explanation of what Shadownet actually is, it's marketing.
Don't come here. We don't know.
He doesn't. I do. Yeah, but it's gaming. It's marketing.
Yes.
And I'm cross marketing into a region where no one else is. So I think while brands like MSI and so on are also moving into more casual
markets,
casual markets, with the streamers and stuff like that. Yep. Brands like, for example, JBL also just released their new gaming headset line.
Yes,
right?
they did.
Quantum, JBL Quantum, and now while this technically is conflict of interest for JBL, this is technically not a sold product by MSI. Do it then. It's not a sold product for MSI, so I mean you can't buy that. But what that is that JBL were predominantly doing general music stuff, general speaker stuff, headsets. And now they also have a DJ line, and they even had Jupiter Project, who are DJs, play Fortnite, and actually use the headset.
Oh wow!
Yeah, use the gaming headset, the Quantums. I don't know which Quantum what.
There's quite a few, I think. But
and so cross marketing is a new angle that more people need to understand when it comes to esport branding.
Yes.
Because if you didn't know, some of the biggest European brands are now sponsored by BMW.
Wow. No, I didn't know.
Yes. BMW, they have Fanatic cars, like G2 cars. All these big esport brands over in Europe have BMW cars now.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You get Lexus and then get Toyota.
Chrysler, what up? Ferrari, hello. And so cross-marketing is a new angle for esports. And if you are not catching up with cross-marketing into more casual, really outside brands...
Yeah, it could be the difference. Yeah.
For esports, then you are going to be left behind. I'm sorry. Yeah. But having said that, my heart still goes out to these esport org owners because they are in a hard time, and I can only hope that other esport organizations in ANZ do catch wind of this.
Yes.
Do catch
before it's too late. Yeah.
Yeah, and do find a new way to generate revenue for your organization.
Yep.
Shadownet is doing a lot of things to generate revenue for ourselves.
Yes.
And we've even done events and live stuff before to generate revenue. We are going to continue doing more of this. We have more lined up and we'll be announcing soon, but we are still doing the traditional esport organization with teams, players, streamers. And that's a consistent thing that's just going to keep happening. Awesome. Because that is what we are at our core, an esport organization for games and teams. Yes.
Good on you, mate.
Thank you, mate.
No.
Yeah. At the end, so just so to tie this all up, and I just wanted to touch on some tragic news. Unfortunately, there were some shootings. Oh, yeah. There was a shooting in West Auckland. Tragic to see one of our police officers lose his life, especially in New Zealand. And last year as well, there was a big shooting down in Christchurch. Also a very big, great tragedy. And this is something that we are moving towards in regards to, like obviously eliminating here in New Zealand. Like, yes. And there is like I mentioned last time, a few weeks ago, Taika Waititi has a Give Nothing to Racism campaign. And that's at its core, eliminate hate kind of campaign.
Yeah, on all sides, yes.
Yes, on all sides. And so just wanted to say that, like, we are, like, obviously I, at least, am outraged to hear this, and also just, I suppose, disappointed that it happened.
Yep.
Hope, and I can only pray to say that this doesn't happen again. But if anything, and in light of the whole COVID thing that's recently happened in New Zealand as well, 2 people coming into the country, all I can really say is I hope that everyone's staying hygienic,
stay safe,
stay smart. Yep. It's not over just yet, but we should be safe. Just play it smart and play it cool. Yep. In addition to that, at any rate, it's winter. People are getting sick.
Exactly.
I'm technically recovering from my flu.
Yeah.
Or my cold.
Yeah.
And the missus also is a bit ill. So just play smart, play safe. Yeah. Stay at home. You don't want to scare too many people anyway.
Exactly.
And being hygienic is always is always plus. So at any rate, thank you everybody for joining us here today on episode 5. We kind of stumbled in the start. Bit of a different. It
was a bit different. Yeah.
It was a little bit different, but we still got through some pretty decent topics.
Yep.
We have to give this out now, so if you guys haven't already done it, like and share, like Shadownet the page, right, or follow it at least. And also make sure you share the stream onto your page. So thank you everybody for joining us. Joseph, could you pick someone from the notifications on who is actually streaming, sharing the post? Just pick someone.
Yep. So we're gonna pick Mr. Ollie D. Olsen. I think.
Ollie!
Ollie D. Olsen, you've just won this magical new headset. Comes in one color, black.
and a little bit of red. Hope you like that. Maybe you're a bit of a scene kid, you might be into it, but hey, emo colors are cool. Congratulations, Ollie. We're gonna give this out to you. Send that to you. DM Shadownet's page. I will contact you later, and we will get this out to you ASAP. So I'll send that on the next my next working day when I go into town and I am near the post office. Get that out to you, and next week we'll be handing out mouses. We'll be doing it a little bit differently next time. So next time we're announcing we're showing and showcasing the actual product.
Yep.
But we're going to do a post. So it's posts from now on. This time it's going to be this headset. But thank you everybody for joining us here on episode 5 E3 phone home. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like the page. Don't forget to tell your friends about it. We'll see you guys 12 p.m. next week, Sunday, again, here live at the Playtech studio. If you are in Auckland, Albany, come check out the Playtech Arena downstairs to get your first experience of how to just to try it.
Yeah.
The new future of sports. So check you guys out later. Lan out. Peace.